Boom. All right. Welcome into the stream. It is Tuesday, August 18th, and we are day trading futures. As we open here, price has seen an insane sell-off all throughout the overnight session. So crazy sell-off on the overnight session. As we open here, we're below VWAP and we're below our 200 EMA. So we'll see what happens going into today. Are we going to find buyers to give us some relief because we have sold off pretty aggressively down into some key lows? Or are we just going to continue to sell off? Looking at the daily chart, we still have a ways to go on the daily chart here where we could tap into the midpoint of this daily bullish gap. So could see more selling today, or we could see some buyers relief. We could see some relief here. So we'll just have to see. Potential short zone right here. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Sellers right there. Okay, let's get everything squared away. Dang, crazy sell-off at NQ right up here. That was a good zone. Let's see, what's gold up to? Gold showing resistance at our 200 EMA right here. But dang, that's a nice candle.
Order filled.
All right, we're taking a short at 7730.75, targeting 7719. It's basically just new lows there. All right, we're gonna take some off there. Quick reaction.
Order filled.
Break even on this trade. I'm gonna buy 7716, yeah. And looks like we might get tagged out break even here. Nope, still alive. Still in this trade. We're going to scale out two more at 7719 if we get there. So 7719, we're going to scale two more out. This trade is break even though. Fighting. What's NQ doing? Yeah, NQ showing support. Yeah, this could be over. And wow, it's fighting. We're so close to that break-even stop. Dang. Jeez. Some volatile conditions. Things going nuts. There it goes.
Stop filled.
Break even. Stopped. Interesting trade. Gold moving and grooving. Had this little pop here above 200 EMA and VWAP, but we'll see if we get continuation. Seeing some selling off of VWAP here. Curious if this would work. Curious if that would work, or is it just gonna go? Thank you, doing. Divergence between ES and NQ. NQ took the low, ES did not. Which wow, gold. Holy smokes. Bearish YM. Let's try out our orb. Oops. I feel like we might see buyers. I'm just a little hesitant with the, well, I don't know, NQ's selling off again pretty aggressively. Since I'm 30.75. We try it again. Ugh. Okay. NQ is looking like it's trying to break out of our opening range. A next key low is at 533.50. So if we can break the opening range here, I might throw a limit order down at 673.5, and we're going to target that low right there. See if we get that. I'm back. We're waiting to see if we can break our opening range here. We got a minute left on this candle. Broker. Well, it didn't break. Gotta wait another 5 minutes. It's alright though. Oh. Whoa, swept that low. Wicking our 50-minute opening range here on NQ. ES also showing support. ES showing support. NQ wicked the 15-minute opening range low, showing support. YM, this is just an interesting. I'd like to see if that worked or works. Wicked that 15-minute opening range low, and then we're holding right now. Well, we still got 30 seconds left of this candle. We'll see what happens. Okay. So we wicked our 15-minute opening range low. We're fighting at it. There's some support down there. We're fighting at that low. YM is at an interesting spot. Potential short zone right here. 10 a.m. 10 a.m. open here. ES is testing VWAP again. NQ, pretty extended past VWAP, so we'll see if it wants to come up and test it, but no, we're still within our opening range right now. So we're still trading in our opening range. ES at VWAP again. this want to do? We can break orb. All right, putting a limit order down at 673. Let's see if we break and hold. Yep, so 673. 6. Six, 7, 3. If we take this low, oh. Looks like this is probably going to go without us. ES made equal lows down here at 7 716.50. We'll see if those get taken out. Morning. I did not trade Asia yesterday. I mean, it dumped. Crazy move. I did not trade Asia session. I have a limit at 673 on NQ. Limit short at 673. Yeah, 29533.50. So last week or Tuesday's low, Tuesday, August 11th low. ES made equal lows here. See what ES wants to do. Why am showing support? I think ES is kind of moving here. Testing our opening range again on NQ. Why I was tested a 200 EMA, excuse me. NQ rejecting off of our opening range. My entry is at 673, so 673. ES is very choppy. I feel like this might not get filled. Potential setup on a YM right here. We're at that 200 EMA. We had this nice bullish engulfing candle into that 200 EMA. Now it looks like we're rejecting. It's funny, we're stuck in between right now. So we keep showing support at VWAP. We can show resistance at the 200 EMA. Whoa. It's at that 10 a.m. open.
Order filled.
All right, we are in this trade. We're short NQ right now at 673. Break even stops are at 1-to-1, so down here at that 600 area, so that whole psych area is going to be where I run this break even, targeting 533.50 is the plan. We do have VWAP up here, which, you know, price could, we're seeing strength, so we could potentially want to go test VWAP again, which would stop me out of this trade, but it's okay. We're in it. We're rolling with it. We'll see what we get. We're below VWAP, below 200 EMA. Broke our opening range. Below the point of control. Just add a supply zone on the 5-minute chart. Took it short. See if we get long continuations down into 533.50, which if we go look, that's a low from Tuesday of August 11th, last week Tuesday. So we'll see what happens. ES is very choppy. We need ES to start selling. Oh. Potential short on YM at this area right here. This bullish engulfing candle that tested our 200 EMA that we've since broken. You'd like to see it respect it first. So we can respect it, hold below. Could be a decent short opportunity on YM. Once again, we're in this short on NQ. Just trying to play an opening range break continuation. We've been selling all throughout the overnight session, below VWAP, broke the orb, targeting the 533.50 lows. So break even is at the 600, 29,600 whole psych number. But this is looking pretty bullish. ES made equal lows down here. Who's doing what here? I have, what indicators are you using? I have the session volume profile on, which is this light blue line, VWAP, which is the purple line, 200 EMA, which is the yellow line. Those are the indicators. What's your plan? Well, heading into the session, we're below VWAP, we're below our 200 EMA on our 5-minute chart. So that 200 EMA on our 5-minute chart. Below VWAP, been selling off all day. Price broke the 15-minute opening range. We had this bullish engulfing candle right here that has been broken, tested, and held. So this to me is a key supply area that I took the trade short at. And I'm looking to target right here, so 533.50. So if we look at that, this low from last week, Tuesday, next key low, and that's what I'm looking to target. Break even stops if we can get to 29,600. So 29,600 break even stops. Just trying to play a 15-minute opening range break continuation. Just, you know, below VWAP. So I just thought that below VWAP with an opening range break to the downside, we could see short continuations. So that's the plan. That's what I'm doing, and we'll see what happens. But that's the plan. If we lose, we lose. Then we rethink the plan. If we lose, rethink the plan. Potentially, like we could see price push up to test VWAP, but I'm just, playing it short. So if we do get stopped out, we're kind of right around where that VWAP is. It would make sense, but we're in short. ES is finding support, pretty choppy, but finding support. Some gnarly chop that we're sitting through. It makes me less confident in this setup. It's the more we chop around, especially on ES. Just need to see some continuation. At least get us to the break-even point, morning. I don't know. I'm playing a short. We're chopping. ES is in a gnarly chop right now. So the more we chop and the less we, displace or move, the less confidence I have in this setup. But we're just looking for an opening range break continuation. Price has been selling off all throughout the overnight session. We're below VWAP, below our 200 EMA. Just trying to follow the trend here. Break even point is at that 29,600 whole psych number. So break even is at 29,600. Targeting 534, which was last week, Tuesday, August 11th's low. So just trying to follow the trend. Trust the bears. And see what we get. If we lose, we lose. That's okay. Just looking to follow the trend here. Calm. Yeah, I mean, I'm bouncing my leg. Whenever I'm in a trade or trading, I just constantly bounce my leg, and I rest my hands on my desk, and you probably notice that my camera just is shaking the whole time. So I'm bouncing my leg. But like, I don't want to squeeze. Like, I have this little fidget thing, but it's so loud in the mic. So I just I need a quiet fidget thing. I need to not bounce my leg with my hands on my desk because it shakes the whole damn thing. Looks like we're trying to break our opening range again here. See what we get. My hands are pretty calm. Honestly, it's probably, it's the mix of coffee too. You got coffee, you're in a trade, you always are reminding yourself, you're like, calm, just be calm, it's all good. But I bounce my leg. Always have, always will. I'm always bouncing my leg. It's fine if I'm bouncing my leg, but if I bounce my leg with my hands on the desk, the camera shakes. So we just try to avoid that. Coming down into that 29,600 area here. So we're coming down into that 29,600 area. There's not a lot of volume on this candle, which I'm not a fan of. I'd like to see this thing have some serious volume on this candle. It doesn't. We're gonna run break even. We're gonna run break even here. So this trade is at break even. So a little early on the break even, but that's a displacement candle right there. We closed strong. I wouldn't want to see price retrace back up that candle. So we're break even. Let me put that in the Discord. Yeah, so I just don't want to see, that's a strong candle right there. I want to see this just kind of flush down. I don't want to see price come all the way back up and take out that candle's high. So we are break even on this trade. Okay. Well, I'm gonna take my dog out to the bathroom. Watch the trade for me. Once again, we're at break even. Target at 534. Let's see what we get. Send some positive vibes towards my trade. All right, we're back. I'd like this 5-minute gap to hold now. Let's see that hold. we're gonna take one off at the lows here. So 568.50. Right, yeah. So one off at the lows. If we get there. Once again, that's an if. Capital I, if. There's
Order
partials.
filled.
Post that in the Discord. There is partials. Letting it run, but I am gonna trail the stop tight once we get down into this 534 area. Delete that alert. But I'm gonna trail stop. The plan is to trail the stop tight if we can get down into here. So if we get down into there with a displacement candle, I'll probably go above the highs until, you know, obviously stop happens or whatever. But solid trade so far. close. It's close to that 534. Just need one more push. It's just dancing around there. One more push. Don't do it to me, NQ. Don't do it to me, NQ. It's torture. The torture. Oops. Bruh. Bro. There we go.
Order filled.
Ta-da! All out there. Solid trade. I don't know if anyone took that with me, but solid trade. Post this in the Discord. All right. Cool. Well, there's your Tuesday trade. Not super complicated. Just, you had to go into today with the sell-off that we saw in the overnight session and the fact that we're below VWAP and the 200 EMA. No point in trying to, take longs there or play a reversal. Trend continuation, trend continuation, trend continuation. broke the orb, be patient, wait for the pullback, enter in short, target your lows, and that's it. You know, that was just, you know, textbook 50-minute opening range break setup. Great short continuations. Just follow the trend all day. Follow the trend. Don't try to play reversals. So, solid trade. I don't know. That's it. Any questions? Anyone? Thanks for following. Tukes Alkaline, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Did you take that trade with me? I think you were on here for the additional part. Yes, NQ. Just got out of it. Targeted that Tuesday low last week. Right here. Probably looks better on a 4-hour chart than a 5-minute chart, but yeah, so right there. Targeted that Tuesday low. But solid trade. Blew your account yesterday. Shoot. Yesterday was gnarly. I took 2 losses yesterday as well, so I took 2 losses yesterday, but you know, we got them back today, thankfully. Yesterday was nasty though. I don't know. I was trying to long all day yesterday. So on NQ specifically, we got above VWAP in the 200 EMA right here, and I was just liquidity for these shorts. I was longing. I longed like 2 or 3 times up here, and then market just dumped, and I was the sucker yesterday. So I also took some big L's yesterday, but you know, that's why you risk management, and then you know you can capitalize on a trade like this. So solid move. But yeah, yesterday was gnarly. We're a little bit better today. ES was not great. Like, look at ES here. This is just disgusting. We have FOMC, I believe, tomorrow. So, or minutes, FOMC minutes, I think. Not the meeting itself, but the minutes. Yeah, meeting minutes. Maybe that's why it's so choppy. I don't know. But NQ was clean today. Thankfully, I was trading NQ. Yeah. I love using the volume profile. I honestly use volume profile more so in terms of like previous day points of control. So I love the point of control because the point of control signifies where the most amount of volume for that session was traded. So if you think about it, you know, this specific price level is where the most amount of volume was traded for this Monday, August 17th session. So, I mean, it's untested right now, but you'd think when price would come back up to test this area, and this is ES, you'd see some resistance, you know, and like if we look over here, see how, so this is the point of control from last week, Friday, and then this was today or yesterday, Monday's session. See how when we came down into that point of control, there was a little bit of spike in price. You know, it's a good support level because that is where on Friday the most amount of volume was traded for that session. So, you know, it didn't move much, but it moved a little bit. So if you could have scalped it somehow, you know, just caught like a few points off of that area, you know, it held some weight. And then we look over here. Here's the point of control for Thursday, August 13th. Look at what happens when price on Friday's session, the Asia session, opens up. Look what happens when we go up, come back down, test this area. Boom. You see a good movement off of it. Comes back down, good movement off of it. Comes back down, good movement off of it. And then when New York session opens up, we're finding support at that previous day point of control. So potential for scalping opportunities off that area. That's what I like to use it for. I don't totally use it too much for in terms of looking at the histogram over here, histogram is great, but you know, it's just the same thing, like the point of control. You just look here and there's like, all right, there's a lot of volume that was traded in here. Makes sense that this area would, you know, be support. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's how I use the, you know, volume profile. So we look here, look at how choppy it is. You can see here's our point of control, so much volume on the histogram right there. Now people do use it for like low volume nodes and stuff to have sniper entries, but I think that, I don't know, haven't built a strategy or back tested that enough or just looked at it enough to, you know, have a good opinion on it. But I will say, just including previous day points of control on your chart, and once a previous day point of control, like usually if we get past that previous day, so if we're thinking of, so if we're looking at Monday's session on Tuesday, we're looking at Monday's previous day point of control on Tuesday's session. On Wednesday, I'm not going to look at Monday's point of control unless it remains untested, and then I'll keep looking at it. So in this example here, you can see that Monday's point of control on ES, which is this blue line right here where you see my cursor is, it's untested. So, you know, heading into the rest of the week, this is going to be a key area for me for both targets. If I want to play longs up into that area, it's going to be a key, you know, zone that I'm going to watch. Additionally, it's going to be a key zone where if price tests it and we see, you know, bearish reactions from that area, it might be a good, you know, spot to short. So I don't know, I'm rambling. I don't know if that's making any sense, but that's what I like to use from volume profile. And I think it's like a good intro into it. And then once you like understand points of control and have them on your chart and look at them, then you can kind of dive into the histogram and like try to figure out how to, you know, use it. And I think like with volume profile as well, and I haven't done this yet, but you could kind of do monthly volume profiles and monthly points of control. That probably, you know, would be a good idea to have on your chart. I don't do that yet. I just kind of, you know, when I'm scalping and I'm looking at trades, you know, I just like to use the previous day point of control as just reference. And honestly, like if price is below previous day point of control, you know, it's a good idea that shorts continuations might go into this session, or if price is above the previous day point of control, long continuations. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I have a few videos on my YouTube from both like the value area high and lows. Yeah, and a point of control. So YouTube channel is still fresh, but yes, I do have a YouTube channel. If you go to my bio, so in my link tree on my TikTok bio, you can access the YouTube channel, but it's the same handle as my TikTok, so SRJ Trades, same handle. But I would go watch the previous day point of control video. And I want to make more because I get a lot of questions on volume profile and how I use it. So I'm going to make more videos on that because everyone's curious about it, because it is kind of an interesting tool, you know, because if we think about this, if there's an indicator that tells us where the most amount of volume was traded for a session, and it literally marks out that price point where the most volume was traded, is it not a good idea to have that on our chart to understand like and watch how price reacts at that level? That's how I think about it, is like, you know, we could sit there and draw lines on the chart at a low or a high, or, you know, at a certain spot there or here, but if there's a line that's created based on where the most amount of volume was traded for a session, you know, it's a good idea to have that on your chart and use it to your advantage. Like if we think about it, in everything, you know, everyone always talks about it in trading, like it's all about price and volume, price and volume, price and volume. So having that point of control on your chart is literally showing you price and volume. It's showing you where the most amount of volume at a certain price point is. I don't know. That's my rant. But I get a lot of questions on volume profile. So I'm gonna make more YouTube videos on it because I feel like it's not talked about enough either, or people don't really explain it that much. And like, I'm by no means am I like a super duper professional with volume profile. I literally just like to use previous day points of control because, like I've been saying, it literally is a price point or a line that you can mark out that shows you where the most amount of volume for a session was traded. So in my opinion, that's an important level to have on your chart. So that's what I like to use it for. Whew, that was long-winded. But yeah, watch that YouTube video on my channel of the previous day point of control, and I'll look to make another one this week or next. But like, you know, today we didn't, you know, price didn't test that previous day point of control. So let's see if we did on like YM or gold. No, YM, it's still intact. Let's see for gold. So gold, when the new session opened up, new session opened up. Here's that point of control, previous point of control. New session opened up, and look, when price comes down, see this, when price comes down, comes down. Here's that previous day point of control right here where that red box is around. Look at how price perfectly taps that area, and then, you know, you get support off of it. And like, I haven't built a strategy off of like literally putting a limit order at that previous day point of control and being like, all right, I'm gonna put a limit order there and have like a fixed, like whatever, 3-point based on how the market moves. I'd love to have like some sort of indicator on, based on how much the market's moving, to give like something gives you enough stopping point to then, you know, enough target. But I feel like when price tests that previous day point of control, there's always some sort of quick reaction. Like right here, you know, on gold, we come down, test that area, and then boom, price moves up. How much did we move up? You know, around 10 points. So it's just interesting. And then look at how much price just dances around that area. So we just dance around this area. We get down into that previous day point of control where the most amount of volume was traded, and we just dance around that area. Boom, 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 boom. And then, you know, now we open up New York session and start to dump off of it. See what else we got. Like, here we go. Here's another example on YM. You know, we can see here's Thursday, August 13th session. Asia session opens up the next day. Where does price perfectly tap on YM? Perfectly taps and then gets, you know, some movement off of it. Perfectly taps that previous day point of control and gets movement off of it. Same here, we kind of showed resistance at it, but displaced through, you know. Anyway, oh, and he's gone. Anyway, good trade today. I'll be on for another 15 minutes. If anyone has any questions that's joining the stream, any questions, fielding questions right now. We're done trading for the day. You know, we got this really nice trade, got some really nice profit. We're done trading for the day. I guess I should probably check the YouTube stream. See what the Discord's up to. We got 2 followers today. Ooh, some hair. Anyone joining, we got about, I'm gonna do 10 more minutes on stream, but we got our trade for the day on NQ with a short continuation, utilizing our opening range break, price below VWAP, took it short, targeted those Tuesday, August 11th lows at 534, also took partials at low of day. So we are all done for the day, but this was the trade. Called out live on the live stream, called out in the Discord as well. So if you're not joined to the Discord, link is in the bio. It's free. I don't charge anything for the Discord, but all trades are called out live in the Discord as well as on the live stream, 9:30 a.m. Eastern till about 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Also have a YouTube channel that we're working on building up, more education and strategy based things. So feel free to subscribe to the YouTube as well. Link in my bio, my little Linktree bio. So yeah. Whew. Sniffles. Look at all that 200 EMA resistance on YM. Thank you, Yada25, for the follow. Appreciate it. Any questions? Fielding questions right now. I'll be on stream for another, 5-10 minutes. This is our trade, though, on NQ. 15-minute opening range break. Continuation. Called out live on stream and in the Discord. We're live every day. 9:30 a.m. Eastern till 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Trades are also called out live in the Discord as well. Free to join, link in bio. Once again, free to join. There is no paid service. It's all free to join. Lives are free. Everything's free. Free knowledge. We also go live on YouTube. On YouTube, you get the full screen. ES is choppy today. Preston. NQ shorts printed. Oh man, he's coming. There he is. Shorts printed. Got some redemption after just getting torched yesterday. 2 losses trying to long. So we had redemption today. For sure. For sure, for sure. Thank God I was trading NQ today because ES is nasty. I mean, we're moving now, but... Whew. Honestly, same. I was looking back at all my trades so far for August. Most of the trades I lose are ES, and all of my really good trades are on NQ. I'm like, why am I messing around with ES? It's like, I'm gonna get off ES. NQ's just been moving better. Maybe it's all tech. I like tech better. We could see bulls step in here. Could see, displacement, potential for an entry, up into VWAP, a little VWAP retest. Done trading, but it's possible. So something like that. Five to 1 trade. Oh, you can't see that at all. Swept this low, swept the low that swept that low. Now we're seeing displacement. Potential. It has potential. But we're done for the day. We're done for the day. I'm probably also gonna hop off stream here. We got our trade. Time to peace out of there. But appreciate everyone joining. 3 new followers, sweet. 752 likes, appreciate that. And a winning trade. What more could you ask for? Keep on lookout for trade recap. Post that in the next hour or so. Post the recap, and then anything else I want to post? Not sure, but that was it. Thanks for joining the stream. We'll be back live tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, as always. 9:30 till 11:30 Eastern. But yeah, appreciate it. See you, everyone. I love it. Asia session is kind of goated right now, so I like it. But that's it. See you, everyone. YouTube, we'll see you later as well. Maybe I'll post the recap on the YouTube as well. But